Hello Gemini, thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, we're going to be using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. I already shuffled, relationship first, single second. Let's see what we got for you. Alright. Let's do a couple of these. Okay. The thing is pulling in the strongest. These two cards seem to match. This is on your partner side, the moon. That's the spiritual card. I feel like they don't really know, they don't seem to be connecting with what's going on with you or the situation that you're pushing forward. They seem a little bit in the dark. But I feel it's a little bit like moon glow instead of moon. I feel like it's kind of like they're optimistic, I should say. They're not feeling bad, but they're just like, they don't know really what you're doing or where you're going, but they're kind of curious to find out. I feel like they're kind of intrigued to see what you're doing more than not. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. Something's going your way. I don't know, some idea you have is just paying off. You're seeing something really good in your possibilities, in your land of possibility here, and you're going towards something. You seem to be going on your own momentum, and just like you're going towards something like a moth to a flame. You're very motivated to get something going, some opportunity that you've been thinking about or searching out. You just found the right way to do it, and you're just like, I'm going to go for that. And you just seem to be going for it just like on autopilot is what I'm getting. And your partner's kind of like watching you, and they're kind of like, what are you doing? But they're kind of like intrigued. They don't want to stop you, but they're like, what are you doing? And I'm getting here with the Two of Pentacles, like they are kind of thinking like, should I be the voice of reason here? Because something doesn't seem right. But the other part of them is like, you know what if this does work out? Because it does seem like there's possibility here. Maybe I should just hold back and just see where this goes. So they're like, you know what, maybe this isn't something I should let happen, but the other half is like, you know what, maybe this is working and I just don't get the whole picture yet. Maybe I should just watch and see what happens next. This is them. This is them. They don't want to rain on your parade, is what I'm getting. They seem very intrigued by you. They're very, like, interested to know what's going to happen next, is what I'm getting. Now, what you're going towards... All right, let's go this one first. Okay. What's helping you is to hold to what you want. Keep your vision straight. Keep yourself on target. Stay focused with that original vision and just keep going with that original vision, because I feel like that's where you're going to have your success. The Four of Pentacles with the fertility and what makes things better is saying hold strong to that original vision. If you have to write it down and remind yourself daily to do that, do that. Because I'm getting, especially with Gemini energy, you can think of other possibilities. Oh, I could improve this, or I could do that, or I could, like, you might want to like kind of veer in different ways as you go. They're saying the original thought, if you hold true to it, stick with it, stay in line with it, with your original thought, you will have success. And I'm getting here, let's go in here next. The Queen of Wands with the confidence, they're just like, just know this is going to work. Hold true, have confidence in yourself. The momentum seems to build on its own. The whole challenge is just to stay in line with your original vision. Stay in line with your original vision. Don't alter it. Just keep going in that straight line. You will get your goal. That's what I'm getting. Now, your challenge card, and I know this is a lot about you to begin with, your challenge card is the King of Swords. Now, the reason this is your challenge card is like, it's what to say and what not to say. You got to keep your partner somehow in the loop. You have to let them know somewhat. You have to keep them happy enough so that they don't get worried that this is really a bad idea. At least keep enough information out there so they have a good enough idea about where it's heading to where they're not getting nervous, like you're going down the dark road and you need some help. Just be careful how you speak. Be careful what you release. I feel like you don't want to put it all out there for some reason. But enough out there so your partner is confident. Having a little bit of mystery might work to your advantage. Actually, I feel like it will work to your advantage, to be fair. The challenge with that card is how much to say and how much not to say. Because you don't want to be elusive, you don't want to be shady, of course, but you got to be careful to keep the mystery about it, because I feel like that's really a strong aid for you. It helps you out. Now, as this is going, as you're going towards your goal, your partner seems to be in this place of the Five of Swords. This is one of the better places I've ever seen this card hit. I have to be honest. I feel pretty good about this card in this position. Because basically what it's saying is, like, they don't see any harm in letting you do what you want. They don't see any harm in helping you. They don't really see it making anything better, but they don't see it as a bad idea either. So it's kind of like it's a fruitless, to them it's a fruitless win. Like, you know, there's nothing bad here, but there's nothing really that great either in the way they're viewing it. For this reason, they're not standing in your way. They're not going in there and doing it. They're just, whatever you want to do, you can do. They seem to be supporting you in it, but they're not expecting anything from it. But they're also not thinking it's a bad thing at the same time. I feel like this is really good where they're standing, because they're just letting you do what you want to do. This situation, I'm getting the Three of Cups with. Spiritually, this seems to be really pulling more resources in for you. This is opening more doors for you is what I'm getting. And I'm getting that's a good thing. Everything seems good. Like, there's a very good social connection. What I feel the partner in this respect, I feel like it's in and out. Your partner might be periodically involved, but not permanently. Just, it seems like they fade in and out for some reason. It may be subjective to the situation that you're dealing with. It just kind of like, I'm getting there's a lot of social connections going on here, a lot of talking with other people. I don't know if it's going like some of your partners will be involved, some of them won't. I feel like for the majority of you, it's kind of in and out, in and out, in and out with the partner. But it's a good social connection. You're getting a lot of benefit from this. And I'm getting there's something new is, I don't feel like something's ending, I feel like something's starting. Where you're standing is the Death card. But I don't feel like anything's ending, I feel like something's starting. It's almost like the death of boredom, or like you had an open spot and it's the death of that open spot. Like, there's just something, you had an open spot. Like, I feel like you had an open spot, whatever that means to you, whether it's time or maybe there's something you wanted and you've been trying to fill this spot for a while. It's the death of the void. And something is filling it. This is something that you're looking at like, this is going to stay in this spot and fill this void that I need filled. Because I don't feel like anything leaving, but I do feel like maybe you don't have as much time as you had before. Or, for example, like if you wanted a second job, like you're getting that, you're getting rid of your extra, like some extra time you have is going to be taken up by that. Something like that. I feel like empty time, free time is being eaten up by this. And you're okay with it. I feel like you're okay. You're very okay with it, actually. You wouldn't be going towards this if you weren't. All right. With your partner, it seems to be a challenge for them to see the give and take of the situation. I feel like they seem to be staying out of it. They seem to be staying out of the situation, and they feel like that's the challenge here. Because being a little bit more involved would not be a bad thing, but I feel like they're stepping back and they're not really involved. And I feel like that's why this is the challenge card. Like, them being a little more involved would be a good thing, would be good for you, and they would understand more about what's happening. But that's the challenge card. If they do that or not, it's like a challenge. It's almost like an elective. They can, if they want to. They don't have to if they don't want to. It would improve the situation for both of you if they did. Okay. Because I am seeing where this goes next, I'm seeing the Ten of Wands. It feels like, when I'm seeing the Ten of Wands in this relationship, for this situation, I'm getting like, they don't have as much time with you. And that's the Ten of Wands. Like, they're feeling burdened. The situation is fine. Nothing's going wrong. But they're feeling like they don't see you as much, is what I'm getting. But the victory is like they see that you're succeeding. They see that you're happy. You're getting what you want. You're going in the direction you want. They don't want to damper the situation. The Ten of Wands, I feel, is like they want to see more of you. They want to be around you more, is what I'm feeling. Is that correct? And I feel like this is why they flit in and out. But if they're more giving to the situation, if they're trying to be more connected with it, find ways to, like, for example, just for argument's sake, if it was a second job, maybe if they could drop you off and pick you up from that second job, things like that. There's things they can do to get involved so they can see you more. That's kind of the giving aspect of that. Six of Pentacles. But I'm getting, like, that's the stress on them. Like, they're not seeing you as much as they want to. You're very busy is what I'm getting. But the victory here is saying that they see you're very happy. You're succeeding at what you want to succeed at. They don't want to rain on the parade. They're just kind of they're happy for you. They just would like to see more of you is what I'm getting. Which, that's a good thing. The last thing for them. The Four of Swords with the knowledge. I feel like there's something here that makes a lot of sense to them. Let's just do the Four of Swords by itself, because I'm not connecting to this very easily for some reason. I'm getting here that even though that stress is on them, what helps them is to think about what's going on with you, and to think about, you know, why is this happening? What is this fulfilling for you? Because I'm getting like what's helping them is to not try to damper the situation, but it seems like they have to think about the situation. Because I feel like for them, they have to look at the situation like, how long is it going to be like this? Why is it like this? If they're not happy with it, what other options are possible to help you get to your goal where they can still see you more? I'm getting they have to think about this. And I'm getting the knowledge here. Like, what you're doing right now, is that benefiting you both? You know what I mean? What options do they have? They have to think about what's going on and why it's going on. If they just hold to the side and they're just missing you and they're just trying to survive through it, I don't feel like that's good enough. What would actually help them is to, like, think about it. What is happening? Why is it happening? Why are you doing this? How could they be a part of this too? Like, that's their thought. They need to think about what's going on. You know, is this a permanent situation? Is this temporary? Like, if you're trying to make more money, why are you trying to make more money? What are you trying to go for? Is there something they can do to help you hit this goal sooner? Can they do some overtime where they work and maybe help add to the pot so you can get to that goal sooner, so you can let that job go and then have more time with them? Like, what's going on? They have to think about what you're doing and why you're doing it. Because I feel like that would severely improve the situation just for them to go through the why. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? It's good. There's nothing wrong, but the thing is, they're standing here with the fruitless victory. They don't think it's going to pay off or that it's going to make that much of a difference is what I'm getting. But if they can get to the why you're doing this, what you're doing, like if you have a second job, like why do you want this extra money? Like that type of thing. You know what I mean? So I feel like they just need to get to the why. It'll remove them out of this fruitless victory so they can understand why it's just an actual victory, not only for you, but for them as well. I feel like the message came out, but them understanding why and actually getting into the why, you might want to be proactive to help them understand the why. I feel like that's the last thing. That may be a good thing to help the situation and help them be more comfortable with it and get possibly closer to your goal. All right. They keep telling me done, so I'm going to let it go. So I'm assuming the message came out. Let's do messages for Geminis and relationships. 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 What do we have for Geminis and relationships? Messages for Geminis. No, Geminis, single Geminis. I thought that was weird. It felt weird. Messages for single Geminis. Messages for single Geminis, empowering information. Help them see what's really going on and help them move in a direction or see the information they need to move in the direction that they want to go in. I'm glad I caught myself before I put those cards out. Alright, so we'll see. Seems like this is going to end well. Seems like it is. We're going to find out. There's a couple really positive cards here. There's one really not so positive card here. So let's see where we're going. They're not giving me anything for that one. Okay. And I feel like this is what you're starting with. This, no, here and here. Okay. The Page of Cups is in the center. It feels like this is where your starting point. There's interest here. But it feels like it's dampened by interest, the interest versus possibility. How much of a possibility is this? Mutual attraction seems like it's alive and well. Possibility for that to go anywhere, that seems doubtful. Now why I'm saying that is because the bottom card you have is the Ten of Swords. This is that one card I'm talking about, the one with the damper. Like, I feel like you're looking at the situation like, yeah, we're both on the same page, but what can we do about this? And I feel like one of the reasons you're there is you're looking at the history of the situation. This doesn't feel like this person's new to your life, to be fair. And whatever you've gone through before, or like, it's like there's something that just dampers the situation. Something that's been going on for a while, something that seems like it's a roadblock, and you don't see this roadblock lifting. Now, however this is playing out, I do get what's actually an ally for you here is the Queen of Swords at the top. Is them? It's them. It's them. Okay. I have to be honest, my first gut instinct, well, my first thought, wasn't my gut instinct is telling me it's them, to be fair. I was just like, well, Gemini, air sign, you know, air card. I was just kind of starting to assume this was going to be you, but they're like, nope, it's the other person. They're communicating with you what they want. And they're also talking this out with you to find a way to make it happen. You still have this Ten of Swords in play at this point, because I feel like a lot of this is conversation, and you're like, well, conversation's one thing, reality's another. Talking about something doesn't mean something's going to happen. Yeah, you can talk all you want, but if you don't take action on it, then it's just air. It's just air blown around, and it doesn't matter. We have to take that air, and we have to make something with it. We have to fan the fire and make something happen. If you can do that, great. But talk alone is not enough. Talk plus action equals results. Okay. This person's coming towards you. I feel like you're having the conversation. You're doing it. They're telling you this, they're telling you that. And you're like, oh, okay. And I feel like how this is going, if this is hitting, just to be fair, the way this is going is kind of like, you're very agreeable to this person, and you're like, yeah, that sounds great. You're not negating them out, is what I'm getting. But in your head, you're thinking, I'll believe it when I see it. And if I see something, then I'll move forward. Then I'll really worry about it. But until I actually see something, you got the Two of Swords. I'm not doing anything. You're like, I don't feel the need to move forward on things, to prepare for this, to prepare for that. Until I see something's actually changed, I'm not moving forward on anything. They may be coming towards you with all these ideas and telling you how they feel and what they want to do and what they plan to do. And you're not negating it out. You're like, okay, all right, sure, great, wonderful. But on the inside, you're like, I'll believe it when I see it, and if it happens, then I'll do something. But for now, I'm not doing anything. I don't feel like it's right for me to move on anything right now until something is in front of me and I can see proof that things are moving forward. Because talk is just that until it becomes action. Good? This person is the Emperor, and it's being reinforced by strength. If this is coming at you at the right time, this is a fair warning. This person is telling you these things, and they're going to pull through. They're going to come through on these things. They're going to come through on these things. So if this is coming forward to you and you're just kind of like, well, you know what? I'll believe it when I see it. It may help you or aid you a bit to just have yourself prepared for if they do go forward. You might want to start thinking it through. What if they do go forward? And just kind of planning to yourself quietly, just a little side plan. Like, if they do go forward with these things, how am I going to react to that? What am I going to do? because I'm feeling they're going to go forward with this. I'm getting this person is very, they didn't come forward to you out of just like a whim. They know what they want. They've decided they want to do this. They're telling you what they're going to do. They're giving you a heads up about what they're about to do. I feel it's very smart the way you're looking at it, but I feel like it might help you just to have a side plan, just think it through a little. If they do this, what you're going to do. Because what I'm getting is the Ten of Cups with the Harvest. I feel like you're overjoyed because they do go forward with what they say they're going to go forward to do. And the Harvest is telling me, now it's your time to have a good time. Now it's your time with them. And I'm getting here, when this happens, in your thoughts, you have the Justice card. You're like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is the best this could have turned out. For what it is, this is the best it could have turned out, is what I'm getting. And not to simplify this, but your last cards here, Two of Cups with the Justice. You're getting, Justice goes from being in your thoughts to actually happening. You're getting what you want. It starts in your thoughts like, this is fair, this is what I want, this is the best it could have worked out, and then you're seeing it is the truth. It's the truth, and you are cementing in with this person fairly quick, is what I'm getting. It seems like things are going really fast. You're not negating anything out. They already know they want to be with you. Nothing is going slow here, in my opinion. That seems to be where this is ending. That was really quick. Alright, I think we got there. I'm getting done again, so I'm going to let it be. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.